The Wellbeing Radio app brings you fast and easy access to all of our content. Users can enjoy expert opinions, talk shows, relaxation music, mindfulness, meditations, and so much more. Our app has exclusive content including competitions, courses, and access to our founders' innovative Yoga Nidra sound journey, fused with binaural beats. Download the app now, available on iOS and Android. Wellbeing Radio, audio for mind, body, and soul.
Hey, this is Iona Russell, your personal freedom activator with Shine On, and this is episode 8. Can you believe it? We're on Wellbeing Radio, audio for mind, body, and soul, where we're sharing real talk tips and techniques for modern mindset shifts for your personal and professional growth, along with spiritual practices that I love, use, and work with all my clients. This is all no fluff and no BS. This is where you get to learn how to activate freedom from within your soul so that you can live a life of purpose and live your legacy now. How does that sound? And so today, I want to know, what is it that you want to actualize? What is it that you want to bring into being? We're talking about the 5th gateway today, and it's the 5th gateway of my 5 Portals program for inspired success. And this is what I call where you get to realize. And to bring into being is when you realize and make it real, actualize. Yeah, and we're just going to talk about how we get to do this from an inspired place where it's just juicy, really. And we want to jump out of bed and we are excited. We look forward to our day, to tomorrow, next week, but we're present. We're in this moment, living our legacy and living with purpose, whatever it is we're doing. And sometimes our mission can change, but our purpose, our reason for doing these things is like a golden, beautiful thread that's woven all the way through. And I'm going to just read a wee quote by Mark Anthony. If you haven't found him, he's on Instagram and I just love his stuff. And I've actually included him in my book on page 178 of Making Waves. And one day she discovered that she was fierce and strong and full of fire, and that not even she could hold herself back because her passion burned brighter than her fears. Oh, don't you just love that? Her passion burned brighter than her fears. So we've been covering coming from a place of love when we're choosing that higher vibration. So are you living in love or fear? And those lower vibrations is where we're self-sabotaging. It's the limiting beliefs. I can't, I shouldn't. Where we're kind of in that box, scared to step forward, scared to step outside our comfort zone. Or maybe we do the cha-cha outside our comfort zone, where you're stepping out, you're leaning towards the edge, but then you go back because you're like, better the devil you know, and you fall back. Your unconscious mind brings us back and keeps us safe. So we have to choose to take inspired action. We have to choose to step forward to the edge. And I call it falling forward sometimes, because goodness knows I've fallen flat on my face and got an egg on my face, as they say. But this is where these breadcrumbs are that we talked about in episode 7 last week. It's finding that joy, following that joy for inspired inspiration and creation. So what is it you want to create? What is that legacy that you want to live now? Not when you're at the end of your life and then you leave it behind. That's the old paradigm of doing things. Now we get to live it. We get to be it. We get to love what we've chosen to do in all areas of our lives. We really do. And so what is it you're choosing? What's that inspired action? You are the co-creator of your life. You are a leader in your own life. You're the CEO of your own life. And you really get to make these choices. And so if you're not, and if you're struggling with this, then what can you change about this? What action can you do that lights you up from the soul, that that burns so brightly that you are just enthusiastic, that you can't wait. And you can ask yourself, what is leadership to me? What is success? And think about it. I mean, really pause and think about it and see if you can dive deeper. Can you explore? Because diving deeper and beyond your automatic, normal, like knee-jerk responses, you know, that knee-jerk reaction, if someone asks you a question, you go, well, it's this. Go beyond that. That's where the magic is. It's stepping into that leadership, being the leader of your own life. And, you know, can be small, those meaningful, small, inspiring actions. It doesn't always have to be huge, but it's that heartfulness. And there's kindness there, and there's joy. And it can be in the simple day-to-day things where we're getting inspired action, where you're being fully present as a parent, or fully present as a sister, a daughter, a mother, husband, father. What is it you're doing to be fully present, where you're embodying your values, your beliefs, the mission, your purpose? You get to build your own roadmap, following your own true north to where it is you want to go, to actualize the life you want, to create it from inspired action, inspired creation, because this is your legacy. And what is it they say? People won't remember what you did, but they'll remember how you've made them feel. So how are you showing up to the people around you in your personal and professional life, in your relationships with the people you know and with the people you don't know? There's random strangers that you come across in the supermarket, in the queue, or the lineup, depending which country you're listening from. Yeah, really step into and embody this vision of you, of the life you want to live. And, you know, and I've touched on living your legacy now. I truly believe we get to choose how we're showing up, rather like we're in this process of huge transformation. 2020 has been one heck of a year. And if you're thinking about what you want to do and you don't want to go back to normal or whatever the norm was, this is where you get to choose how you're going to show up, because something that we've all learned this year more than any other year is that life is short. So let's make it count. Do what inspires you. Those aha moments when you get clarity and you know that you're embodying the life you want. And it just starts with small steps. It doesn't have to be big ones. And when you're coming from this place of joy and inspired action, it's so much easier to create. And when we come back after the break, I'm going to talk about writing a happy death letter. Now, it sounds more morbid than it is, but you get to look back on the life that you want to create and then come from a place of inspired action going forward with the roadmap to your inspired success and legacy. So we're going to take a wee break, and the song is Bang Bang by Thompson Town Flowers featuring King Sis.
Fired all of the bullets. Yeah, you shot me through the heart. Casting dice and roulette. The game was set right from the start. I don't wanna go, I don't wanna know, I don't want it anymore. I don't wanna go, don't wanna know, but I keep coming back for more. Crashing down in the rain, all wings are burning up in flames. We're going under, bang bang like thunder, bang bang like thunder. Crashing down in the rain, our love will never be the same. We're going under, bang bang like thunder, bang bang like thunder. Yeah, the air's getting thinner, higher than high we go. A game with no winners. We keep pushing more and more. I don't wanna go, I don't wanna know, I don't want it anymore. I don't wanna go, don't wanna know, but I keep coming back for more. like thunder. We're crashing down in it. Our love will never be the same. We're going under. Bang, bang like thunder. Bang, bang like thunder. Yeah, the air's getting thinner, higher than high we go. A game with no winners. We keep pushing more and more. Crashing down an aeroplane. Our wings are burning up in flames. We're going under. Bang bang like thunder. Bang bang like thunder. Crashing down an aeroplane. Our love will never be the same. We're going under. Bang bang like thunder. Bang bang like thunder.
And welcome back. So did you have a chance to think about what it is that you want to realize, actualize, and bring into being, that you get to co-create in your world? So I'd like to read you a quote by Waylon Lewis. Want to save the world? Do what you love. Find your path. Life is too short, too precious to spend your days out of sync with your own heart. Ooh, we're full of brilliant quotes today. Living from your heart with passion. And that's where divine inspiration comes from. You know, it's like the knocking on your soul, where we get inspired thoughts. And as I've shared before, I get some of my best inspired thoughts when I'm in the shower, of all places. But, you know, it's just between you and me. No one else needs to know. But yeah, you get to pause and think about what it is you want. Because the magic happens in the spaces. We get to listen to our own internal divine inspirations. That's where the intuition is. It's the space between our thoughts. You know that, we've all got our own innate knowing, and it comes from wherever you think it comes from. And so often we end up so caught up in the penthouse of our minds, so we get to drop down out of our head and into our heart space and tune in to that little knowing voice inside us, which I truly believe is the divine inspiration, divine guidance. It's our own internal true north. It's our own internal compass. You know, there is a voice inside you that doesn't use words, but you know it. And sometimes you don't know how you know it, but you just do. And so I want to talk to you about, I mentioned before the break, writing yourself a happy death letter. So I know this sounds way more morbid than it needs to. So just bear with me. We're talking about taking inspired action to create the life that you want, so that you can actually actualize, as opposed to it being something that, you look back on hindsight in your life. We get to live it now. We get to be the change we want to be, creating our legacy. And so an exercise you can do is take some time out for yourself and write yourself a letter about all the things you have accomplished. No holds barred. Don't think about the things that you've already done necessarily. It can lead on from something you've already done. But yeah, let's say you're 80 years old, maybe 90, 100. What have you accomplished in your life? And really write from a place of heart space, where you drop into your heart before you start typing or handwriting. And again, I've mentioned a journal. Do this in your journal. Write yourself a letter about everything you've accomplished, the legacy that you've left behind, and the life that you've lived, living it to your full potential. What is it you've done? What is it you've accomplished? What have you overcome? What have you created? And you can talk about your relationships, your children, your grandchildren, what you've done within your community. Have you traveled? Have you set up something that is the ripple effect from that is helping the wider community? What is it your children, grandchildren, your peers have learned from you in your life? And you write this letter from a place of awe, of joy, of excitement. And take some time with this. Like, it can take a couple of hours, but really write from your heart. And it's in all areas. Remember, I'm a big advocate for this being in all areas of our life. So love, family, relationships, adventures, health, spiritual practices, whatever it is for you. Write from that place. And then come back and look at it from today. And look, what can you start doing today to make these actionable steps? This is your roadmap. You've created your own roadmap. And even though you may go, oh, this doesn't make sense. Why would this help me? It really does. Trust me. And I would love to hear from you. If you can drop me an email to Iona at wellbeingradio.co.uk. Let me know if you get some unexpected insight from this. Because so often when we look at life from today looking forward, it can get overwhelming and we're not sure because we can get caught up in all the things we're doing and the path we feel that we're on. So that's why we get to flip it and come at it from the whole other angle, the whole other side. So write yourself a happy death letter and then let me know. Write a note to yourself, actually. I would love for you to let me know, but write a note to yourself about, okay, what's my first step? You don't need to know all the steps. What's my first step? And do it. Do something that will start you on this path to navigating this wonderful life that you've written about. And this isn't meant to be a morbid, oh, woe is me, oh my gosh, if only. This is meant to inspire you, this exercise. This is meant to liberate you and give you some inspiration on what to do next. Because it's like what we've been talking about for the last 5 weeks now, I think it is inspired success. The 5 portals to inspired success. And remember, I call them portals because they're doorways leading to more. It's not just one path. It's like, what are all the steps within that one doorway, that one gateway portal? And so you get to explore this yourself and figure it out for yourself what it is that you want in this life. Because life is beautiful, life is magnificent, and so are you. And you are here to actualize your dreams and live your purpose. And so that's why this exercise of writing this happy death letter is so great. And I think it comes from, I've forgotten his name. I'll find out his name and share it with you in the next episode. Yeah, it slipped my mind. So you get to do this and you get to show up for yourself and start taking those steps. And that's you creating your own roadmap. And sometimes we need extra help from other people, so you can seek help from other people. Like everything I've accomplished in my life and everything my clients accomplished, nobody does it alone. We don't need to do any of these things alone. We're meant to be in community. We're meant to be in a village lifting each other up. And so my biggest accomplishments have been when I've reached out to others, when I've sought help, hired my own coach. And, when I published my book, I had my publisher supporting me and helping me bring my book together. When, this radio show, I'm doing this with someone. Nobody does this alone. We don't have to do this alone. Reach out. Get professional help. Get help from your friends and family if they get your dream and they understand your dream. Because we all need a little help. We all need a little help from our friends. That's the song. I won't burst into song because I don't have the best singing voice. But, that's okay. I don't mind that. But yeah, reach out, ask for help, get help to help you actualize and realize your dreams, your aspirations, and start living the life you want today. And take small, inspired actions along the roadmap that you have written based on your happy death letter. And so please do let me know how you get on with this. You can drop me a note at Iona at wellbeingradio.co.uk And then also, you can find me on all the usual places, Instagram, Facebook. The links are all on my website at ionavessel.com. And you can also book a discovery call there with me if you'd like, or if you're just curious about working with me. But also, I'm trying to keep that up to date as well with my workshops and online group programs. So yeah, there's lots of ways I can help support you through this. So yeah, look for divine inspiration, inspired success. And remember, you're the co-creator of your own life, and you are magnificent. You are beautiful. And so from my heart to yours, let go, love it and live it. It's time to shine on and shine bright.
Wellbeing Radio, audio for mind, body and soul. Online, on demand, on the go. Make sure you visit our website, wellbeingradio.co.uk.